Hello students, welcome to a new lecture of organic compounds. In the last class, we have seen the intermediates which are carbocations, carboanions and free radicals, and we have also seen how the stabilities of carbocations changes based on the groups attached to it. Now we will see the stabilities of free radicals. These are carbocations and now we will see the stabilities of free radicals. Okay, and you remember that every free radical should have a dot on it. Their formula is exactly the same, but carbocation will have a plus charge, free radical should have a dot, which means one electron is present on the carbon. This is methyl free radical. Then you have primary free radical in which there is a dot on this carbon. Then you have secondary free radical having the same structure but instead of positive charge a dot. Then you have tertiary free radical, same structure but not positive charge, a dot is present, right? Now what is the name of this? Methyl free radical, primary free radical, secondary free radical and tertiary free radical, right? Now what happens to the stabilities of these? The stabilities of free radicals are also same as carbocations, because in carbocations also there is an electron deficiency which will be reduced by carbons present around. If more carbons are present around, more electron deficiency will be reduced. If less carbons are present around, less electron deficiency will be removed. And both of them are highly reactive intermediates. Carbocations are also highly reactive and free radicals are also highly reactive, right? So in methyl free radical, electron deficiency which was present on the carbon, as I already told you, every carbon should have 4 bonds. That means it should be surrounded with 8 electrons, right? Here this carbon is getting surrounded by only 6 electrons, therefore a positive charge. This carbon is getting surrounded with 3 bonds, that means 6 electrons plus 1 electron extra, therefore the number of electrons are 7. Whatever it is, the total is not 8, so 1 electron deficiency is there, therefore it is electron deficient. The charge may not be positive, but 1 electron is less. Here also the charge may not be positive, but 1 electron is less, right? So if there is any carbon who is reducing the electron deficiency by donating its electron towards this carbon, then it will make it more stable. Here there are no one, so it is least stable. Here there is only 1 carbon, so a little bit more stability will be there for primary free radical compared to methyl free radical. Here there are 2 carbons, a little bit more stable than the primary, therefore it is having more stability than the primary. Coming to the tertiary free radical, there are 3 carbons which can help the free radical to remove its electron deficiency, therefore it is most stable compared to all the free radicals. The order of stability is same for carbocations and free radicals, but the only difference between them is carbocation has a positive charge, free radicals does not have a positive charge. Both of them are electron deficient, both of them follow the same order of stability. What is the next intermediate we have? The next intermediate we have is carboanion. What does it mean by carboanion? What are anions? Any compounds or any groups on which negative charge is present are called as anions, right? But if the negative charge is present on the carbon itself, that anion is called as carboanion. If the negative charge is present on the carbon, that anion is called as carboanion, and even carboanion should have 3 bonds plus one extra electron pair, plus one extra electron pair. So right, so out of the 3 bonds, all the 3 are hydrogen, means it is called as methyl carboanion. Methyl carboanion, or I will instead write. Next is, out of the 3 bonds, if 2 are hydrogens only, 1 is carbon, that carboanion is called as primary carboanion. Next is secondary carboanion, in which out of the 3 bonds, only 1 hydrogen is there, 2 are carbons only, it is called as secondary carboanion. Next is tertiary carboanion, in which out of 3 bonds, hydrogens are not there, all the 3 are carbons only, therefore it is called as tertiary carboanions. In between these 4, who are more stable and who are less stable, we should see. To judge the stability of carboanions, what you should check is, carbon has negative charge, which should be made neutral. If anyone is doing that, it is more stable. If anyone is not doing that, it is less stable. Okay. Now, in the first compound, are there anyone to remove negative charge from the carbon? No. Are there anyone to add negative, to increase the negative charge on the carbon? No. Someone is donating the electron towards this carbon? No. Someone is pulling the electron away from this carbon? No. Right? It is neutral. But in the next carbanion, there is one carbon who is giving electron towards the carbanion. But does this carbanion need help of getting the electrons or taking away the electrons? It doesn't need anyone who gives the electrons. Then who does it need? It needs anyone who takes away the electron from the carbon. But there are now no one like that. Who are there here? Carbon is there who is giving the electrons. If it gives, its stability further decreases or further increases? It decreases. Therefore, here no one are giving, no one are taking, more stable. Here no one are taking, but one is giving, making them even more unstable, less stable than methyl. Here no one are taking away the negative charge, but 2 carbons are giving the negative charge even more. So it is even lesser stable than the primary carbocation is secondary carboanion. Then it is even lesser stable than tertiary carboanion, in which 3 carbons are increasing the negative charge of the carbanion, therefore it is least stable. Here only 2 carbons are increasing the negative charge, so it is more stable than tertiary. Here 1 carbon is only increasing the negative charge, it is more stable than secondary. Here no carbons are increasing the negative charge, no groups are decreasing the negative charge, so its stability is highest among all. Right? So the order of stability for carbocations and free radical is opposite to that of order of stability of carboanions. So among carboanions, methyl carboanion is highly stable compared to other carbanions, and tertiary carbanion is least stable. Now we will look at generally organic reactions are of how many types, because we have millions of organic reactions, right? So if you don't categorize them, how can you remember each of them, right? So it's very good to categorize all the organic reactions under some categories. So that types of organic reactions there are 4 types. Whatever reaction you see will fall under any of these four types only, right? And that first type of organic reaction is addition reaction. The second type is elimination reaction. Elimination reaction. The third type is substitution reaction. And the last type is rearrangement reaction. Right? In general, there are four types of organic reaction, either addition or elimination or substitution or rearrangement, or sometimes a single reaction can have both addition and elimination, or both elimination and substitution, or both substitution and any of the two can take place, any of the one also can take place, right? So what we will do now is we will study each and every reaction by taking some examples, and after studying all of them we will start studying each and every category individually in detail. We will first study about alkanes, everything about alkanes, then we will study about alkenes, then we will study about alkynes. If we directly start studying about alkanes, alkenes and alkynes, it will not be clear to you because all those reactions will fall under these categories only. So it's better that we know what these categories are. Coming to the addition reaction, whatever may be the reaction, you always remember that the tetravalency of carbon has to be maintained throughout the reaction, right? So if I take alkene, what does it mean by alkene? Double bonds are present in the compound, right? If two carbons are there, it is called as eth. If double bond is there, ene. This molecule is called as ethene, right? In this compound, each carbon is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 only, right? But there is one sigma bond and there is one pi bond. If you add any, this is a substrate, as you have already seen, substrate plus reagent gives product, right? This is a substrate. If you take a reagent like hydrogen gas in the presence of a catalyst, these catalyst, in the presence of these catalyst, if you take hydrogen gas as a reagent, what happens is, as there are two bonds, sigma bond and pi bond, in between those two bonds, which bond is weak? Pi bond is a weaker bond compared to sigma bond. So you will break that bond. Out of two bonds, you have broken one bond. I will write the structure as it is, but the bond, pi bond is broken. And instead of one pi bond which you have broken, you will make two new sigma bonds. Hydrogen gas having two hydrogens, one comes here, other comes here. And after doing so, carbon is still having the tetravalency in the substrate as well as in the product, 4 and 4. But the total number of bonds was less here, the total number of bonds are more here. So the number of bonds are getting added or not? Yes, the number of bonds are getting added if you compare substrate and a product. So any reactions in which a reagent is added to the substrate by breaking a previous bond or an old bond. What is happening? Reagent is getting added into the substrate, directly getting added into the substrate. How can you add the substrate directly? If you break the old bonds, then only it can make new bonds with the substrate, reagent, right? So that is that reactions in which reagent molecule is getting added into the substrate by breaking old bonds is called as addition reactions. In this reaction, which reagent have I taken? I have taken hydrogen gas as the reagent. So that addition is called as hydrogen gas I added, right? If you add hydrogen gas, the reaction is called as hydrogenation. If you add HCl, what does it mean by HCl? Hydrohalogen. If you add hydrohalogen, means what? Hydro means H, halogen means Cl. If you add HCl as the reagent, that reaction is called as hydrohalogenation. Same way, if you add Cl2, it is called as chlorine. If you add chlorine as the reagent, it is called as chlorination. If you add bromine as the reagent, you will call it as bromination. Whatever reagent you add, the name of the reaction is such, right? If you add Cl2, how should be the addition? Break that pi bond, and from that Cl2 there are two chlorines, one comes here, one comes here. If you add HCl, in HCl there is H and there is Cl. So what you will do? You will add H at one carbon, Cl at another carbon. If you add water, in water what is present? H is present, OH is present, right? If you add water as the reagent, you will call it as hydrolysis, because water is getting added. In water H is present, OH is present. H, OH, water is getting added, right? These reactions are called as hydrogenation or chlorination or bromination or hydrohalogenation or whatever it is, but old bond should break and new bond should form with the reagent. Now we will see the next type of reaction, which is elimination reaction. And elimination reaction is opposite to that of addition reactions, right? So what you need to do is you need to take suppose if you are taking this compound in which pi bond is not there, all of them are sigma bonds. From the substrate, if you remove a small molecule, if you eliminate a small molecule from the substrate, what is the small molecule you are eliminating? HCl is the small molecule you are eliminating. If you eliminate a small molecule from the substrate, you will get the product in which a new pi bond is formed. A new pi bond is formed, and that reactions are called as elimination reactions. Small molecules should, one or more also, more small molecules also can be eliminated, but it is a small compound, so I am removing or eliminating only one small molecule, right? From the substrate, if you remove a small molecule, if you eliminate a small molecule, now a new pi bond is formed and the product is called as eliminated product. Reaction is called as elimination reaction. If I remove HCl, what is HCl? Hydrohalogen, I told. Added means halogenation. Removal means dehydrohalogenation. Removal will have the word denation. If I remove chlorine, means dechlorination. If I remove water, I told addition of water as hydrolysis. It is not hydrolysis, it is hydration. If you add water, it is called as hydration. If you remove water, what do you call? Dehydration, right? How can you remove water? H from one carbon, OH from another carbon. What is the small molecule eliminated? H2O. Cl from one carbon, Cl from another carbon. What is the small molecule eliminated? Cl2. If Br is present on one, Br is present on one. What is the small molecule? Br2. Like that, if small molecules are eliminated from the substrate, the reaction is called as elimination reactions. Right? Now, the next type of reaction is substitution reaction. Substitution means someone coming from outside will take the place of already present group and kick them out. That is called as a substitution. To explain that, what I will do is, I will take methyl chloride. What is the name of this compound? Chloromethane is the name. Okay. Here, if you do solvolysis, if you add reagent as water, what is the reagent here? Water. From water, it gives a nucleophile of OH minus. That means water is the nucleophilic reagent and nucleophile is OH minus. From the reagent, there is one group called as incoming group. It is coming from outside or not? Incoming group from outside will come and attack this. What will it do after attacking? It will make the carbon remove this group. So this group will be leaving out. So it is called as leaving group or outgoing group. You should not call it as outgoing, you should call it as leaving group. Why is it leaving? Because a group from outside came and took the place of already present group. Already present group becomes leaving and coming from outside becomes take its place, right? So in the product, the chlorine came out because OH minus kicked out the chlorine and took the place of chlorine, right? Chlorine in the form of chloride ion got removed and the place of chloride is now taken up by a new group called as incoming group. What is happening? The place of chloride is getting substituted by a new group. Therefore, this reaction is called as substitution reaction, in which old groups will be going out, new groups will come and take their place. Everything else remains same, but its place is taken by someone else. So it is called as substitution reaction. Nothing will happen, no hybridization will change, nothing will change except that the place of previous group will be taken by a new group. That's why it is called as substitution reaction. Next reaction is rearrangement reaction. Suppose I am having this is what? Ester, OR, alkoxy alkanoate is the ester. What is the name of this ester? What is the alkoxy group? Methoxy. Methoxy. What is the ester here? Benzoate. Right? Methoxy benzoate or ester is present on one carbon. That means all 5 carbons are having what? Hydrogens. This is a monosubstituted benzene in which out of 6 hydrogens, one position is taken by ester, other 5 positions are as it is. If it undergoes a reaction such that nothing will happen to it, only thing is it will change its place from this carbon to this carbon and hydrogen will come here, CH3 will come here. So what happens is, out of C double bond O CH3 will go to this carbon and its hydrogen comes to this carbon, or CH3 will go to this carbon and hydrogen will come to this carbon, or CH3 will go to this carbon and OH will come to this carbon. This the difference between substrate and product here is only the rearrangement took place, everything else is same. This is benzoate having benzoic acid as an acid in the ester. You can also have opposite type of ester, in which what happens is this entire groups will come and take the position here, this entire group, not this group, all oxygen remains same. This total group comes and takes the place of hydrogen and hydrogen comes here. So it becomes phenol and COCH3. Beside means this, meta means here, para means here, right? In both the reactions only rearrangement is taking place, everything else is same. Because of rearrangement, if it was an ester, it is giving you acid. If it was an ester, it is giving you alcohol, right? Because of rearrangement reaction. In the next class, we will be starting about alkanes, and in the reactions of alkanes, you will find all the reactions to be of either first, second, third or fourth type only. New reactions will not come for us. Okay, thank you.